everyone in the complete team. Hope you're having a good start to the 1st of February. So our month has started, 1st of February, and I know some of us, and I've spoken to some of you, that you treat the 1st of February as your beginning to start your New Year's resolution. So I shared my story with you last week on how I started Sisel Thin. I was invited to join a group of people and to trial the product back in November. So I started my journey on the 25th of November. So now we're on the 1st of February and it's going really well. So the kilos are coming down. I'm down the 7 kilos. I haven't done my update yet, but I've also noticed my clothes are getting looser. So I'm changing that I'm putting my clothes on and feeling a bit fitter. But the first thing that I've noticed was the clarity, the focus, feeling so much more energy, metabolism's working, and no hunger. So that's the key thing, I think, when we're trying to release weight. We don't want the hunger. So thank you all for coming in with your messages and questions. So I thought maybe it'd be good if I just come into the group and share and answer some of the questions. So some of the questions I've had is, how do I take my Sisel Thin? Now, here's just some tips that worked for me and I know has worked for some of our members in the team and some of our people that are on the program. We really recommend that if you're feeling a bit sluggish and you've indulged over the holidays, start off with doing the Super Detox. The Super Detox is a 5-day program. It's you can order that through Sisel. Start off with Super Detox. It goes for 5 days, and what that does, it just removes all that mucoid plaque from our intestines, and it clears the pathway so metabolism can work, we can absorb the nutrition a lot better, and we can process our food and metabolize it a lot easier. So that's where I started. I did do a detox while I was waiting for my Sisel Thin to arrive because I had one at home. The second thing is to add your Balance D. And the Balance D is a pre and probiotic. And we know that, everything starts in the gut. Health starts in the gut. If our gut is not healthy and it's unstable and we're not getting good bacteria in the gut, we are going to have problems digesting our food. And plus it also leads to a lot of other, ailments that we have, unhealthy, feeling unhealthy. So I would also be adding the Balance D. I do my Balance D. It says 7 capsules a day. I've adjusted that I do about 3 now because I'm maintaining my gut flora, so I do 3 in the evening. But if you're starting out with Balance D, it is recommended, and you've got really problems with your gut, do the 7. The 7 will really get your gut feeling great. Now, I know some people like to do the 7. Some people say to me, I can't do 7. Break it down. Do, maybe 2 in the morning, 2 at lunchtime, 3 in the evening before you go to bed, and you'll find the 7. Balance D is a great product to have on hand also. If you've eaten something and you feel a little bit bloated and you don't feel good, go for the Balance D. Take 3 and you'll find that your digestive tract's going to, settle down very, very quickly, and going for, there's products out there that are not good for us. So usually when you have your stomach is not doing too good, it's because your gut is feeling a little bit unbalanced. Once you've done that, if you're someone, we like to recommend the Age Pill with the complete team. The Age Pill is a great product because what that does, it really pretty much detoxifies the whole body. It removes glycation from the cells. It removes, all the toxic buildup in our cells. And when our cells are functioning properly, we're going to get far, far better results. So they're the 3 products that we like to recommend alongside, and we have used them in our weight release program, is do the detox, the Balance D, and then your Age Pill. That's okay. Now, you may be someone that thinks, I don't want to take all those products. That's okay. Look at your detox. If you really want to start feeling good and getting on and kicking that weight off, make sure you do your Super Detox, and that will get you going. Sisel Thin. Now, I've always been asked, Helene, if you were stuck on a desert island, which product would you take with you? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I've got a lot of favourite products. Sisel Thin's a product I'm going to be taking. I shared in my last, newsletter that I sent out, and also in the group's last live, that I was diagnosed. I've been struggling 5-6 years with a lot of pain in my leg, my hip, my knee, my foot. And we finally got down to the bottom of it, that I have peripheral nerve damage. Now, I don't have diabetes. they ticked me off as someone, who was quite healthy and couldn't understand that. But then when they went through my history, it was through a fall that I had about 10 years ago when I split my head open and I ended up with staples in the back of my head. But I always felt a little bit unbalanced from then. But they never related to that. Also, I've had shingles 3 times. So the specialist said, this is where the nerve damage is probably coming from. So I did share in the last live that he wanted to put me on Lyrica. And when I did my research on Lyrica, I said, there's no way I'm going on that product. Here it is. It's really important that it's really great. Doctors, we need them for broken bones. And, if we need to have an operation, they've got their place. But they're very quick at writing scripts out. And when I went home and I did my research on this script, it was only a very low dose and saw all the side effects with Lyrica. There is no way I was going to take that product. But what I did notice with Sisel Thin, and I have shared it I'm going to continue sharing it because it can help somebody else, is that I really notice that the pain has gone. I don't have that nerve pain in my foot and in my hip. And the only thing that I've added to my regime of age pill, Balance D, and I've done the detox, was a Sisel Thin. So how do you take Sisel Thin? Now, okay, if you're someone who just wants to go straight on Sisel Thin, that's fine. Go ahead and do it. It's a brilliant product. But I noticed that my nerve pain had gone. And we say, they say it's not what you lose, but what you gain. I have gained, no pain in my body. I've been able to go to the gym now and feel really good. And now I'm going to be adding the Sisel Sport, which I'll talk about that in the next live that I do. Now, we talked about some of the ingredients in this. Now, I'd like to say, I have released the 7 kilos that I did put on over the COVID time, and I was really getting a little bit a little bit depressed because I could see my weight was going up. I also shared that, I had my sister who was diagnosed with lung cancer, and, she was terminal in the end, and having the stress of worrying about her and knowing what the end could be, which had happened on the 30th of December when we lost her, my emotions were really high, and I'm an emotional eater. So if you're an emotional eater, I've gone through something so stressful as losing my sister that I found the Sisel Thin was a product that was able to keep me on track. I wasn't going and feeding my emotion with food. I haven't had a product that's been able to really do that for me, and to go through something, losing a loved one, and so unexpectedly, I just felt that Sisel Thin I don't know if I would have done it without Sisel Thin. I would have gone and just kept eating. Now, how do I take the Sisel Thin? Well, I've actually upped the dose. Now, it depends on how much weight you want to lose. Now, we're working with some team members, and we're going to come weekly, and we're going to share their stories and share how differently, because everyone's different. We have Sandra who just wants to lose a few more kilos. We have Lydia who's back on the wagon like me. We have Stacey who has lost her weight but always tends to put that extra 3-4 kilos on around Christmas time. So we're going to be a lot of different people on the program, and we're going to come in and share with you how different it is for each and every one of us, because you will relate to their story. But here's mine. I like to get up in the morning. I have my, I get up in the morning and I take, I do 2 Sisel Thin. I've actually upped it. And the reason I've upped the Sisel Thin is because of the peripheral pain in my body. The nerve pain has actually gone. And I've found by upping the Sisel Thin, it's helping with the weight loss, but it's actually really helping with the pain. So no pain, it gives me more energy, and I feel a lot motivated to get out there and go to the gym. And I'm working with a personal trainer once a week, and he was really impressed that I was able to move a lot more quicker than what I did 2 months ago. Now, I do my 2 Sisel Thin. I take my Balance D, I take my age pill, I do my 2 Sisel Thin. Wait 20 minutes before you eat. It's recommended 20 minutes. And the reason being is because you wanted to give it a go, to go into your fat stores, kick off your metabolism, and start looking for energy in your fat stores. So when it looks for energy in the fat stores, it'll go under the arms, because I've noticed now my arms are nowhere near, they're starting to lose the weight under the arms. Now, for me, I'm really excited, because over COVID, I lost my way. I lost my way with my weight loss. I lost my way with the gym because it wasn't open. And with the pain, I haven't been able to work. So I did have a goal that at 60, I turned 60 January 20th, that I was going to be at my goal weight. Now, that was really difficult because we can plan to do one thing, but we get derailed. And things that happen to us, all of us, was out of our control. It was out of our control with COVID. I didn't expect my sister to become very unwell and pass away. We didn't expect any of that. But it's a new month and we've just got to get up. I've got to get up and keep going, and that's what I'm doing. So I take my 2 Sisel Thin. I wait about 20 minutes, sometimes half an hour. If you want to wait an hour, that's fine, because what it's doing, it's actually going and looking for stored energy. Sometimes I'll wait the hour before I eat. By the time I've had my shower, I like to go make my bed, tidy up, and then I'll decide what I'm going to have for breakfast. For me, breakfast, I just like to do a shake. So I love the Sisel Lean in Sisel. I mix up my Sisel Lean in a big NutriBullet container, and I will have that. Sometimes I leave some of it out because I don't need it all, so I'll put that back in the fridge and I'll have it for a snack. So you can have a protein snack. Then I go off, I do what I need to do. I'll go to get on with my work, get on with my chores, do the things I need to do. And then come lunchtime, it's usually about 1 o'clock, I do another 2 Sisel Thin. I'd like to take the 2, and then I just wait the hour and I choose what I want to eat. Now, it is recommended that, if you're doing a keto diet, you will lose more weight, but not everybody likes to do a keto diet. We understand there's people that are vegans, that are people that, need to do what's called, their diet needs to be a bit more balanced. They need to have the carbs in their diet. So you can do that. If you do full keto, the weight does come off really quickly because it's actually helping burn the fat. Now, I don't do full keto. I actually count the carbs, and I will share with you how you can do that. So for lunch, I like using the Alpine low carb bread. So I take 2 slices of that, and I might put some tuna or ham, some lettuce, tomato, a bit of avocado, a bit of butter, because you can have it, a little bit of mayo, and that's my lunch. I'm full. I don't feel like I need to snack in between. And like I said, I'll leave that little bit of Sisel Lean if I do want to snack. I'll probably have that around 4 o'clock. And usually I don't need it, but I just have it just to pretty much to drink it because it's been left over. Now, if you want to snack in between, you can have strawberries, you can have a little bit of cheese, you can have a tin of tuna, you can have a boiled egg, and some nuts. Just be very careful on the nuts, though, because they are very high in calories. And this is where people can tend to fail on a ketogenic diet, because their calories can go up. Their carbs might be down, but you still want to keep the right calorie, because it's calories in, calories out, and what you burn. And then come dinner time, for me, I like to have some salmon one night with my vegetables. I choose the vegetables that I like. Stick to your green vegetables and have a lot of them, or you can have, some pumpkin, but stay away from potato and rice because that will slow down the weight loss. And that's it. And then at night, I do my 3 balanced D, and I take another 3 of my age pill, and I'm pretty done. And what I've noticed is I've got more focus, more energy, and I feel great. Now, in the Complete Lifestyles team, we've been working with weight loss for a very long time. And some of you know my story. I've gone from 149 kilos. I went back up over COVID. I went from, 96 back up to 106. And I got really not happy that my weight went back into the hundreds again. But now I'm just hitting under the 100 again, so I'm happy with that. But here's another tip. Don't step on the scales on and on and on. Take it from me, who's had to lose 50 kilos. The more you step on those scales, they can lie. There'd be days where you've got excess fluid. There'd be days where you're breaking down fat and your body is holding fluid. There's days where the humidity in the air is going to make your body feel a little bit different. The scales won't always tell you the truth. Find a piece of clothing. Find something that will tell you that you are losing weight. And I know I spoke with Lydia, who's one of our team members and also a nutritionist like myself, and she said, Helene, she goes, I dropped a whole kilo, but I feel like I've nearly dropped half a dress size because I bought a pair of jeans that were tight. Now they just come up. They're the things that you need to notice, how you feel. So what I'm going to do is I'll be emailing it out to you. It'll be in the email. We'll attach our food list. You may be someone that doesn't understand keto, doesn't want to do keto. Follow the food list. If you follow the food list that I've prepared and put together for you, with a nutritional background, I've actually worked out the right fibre, the right carbs for you, the right proteins, the right fruit and vegetable ratio. Follow that. If you're wanting some ideas around the recipes, join our recipe group. We've got some great recipes. Now, I do research on recipes, and I do take some of my recipes from the Diet Doctor, and I do take some from Mediterranean Spoon. Some really good recipes come up, and when I look at them and I work out the ratio, I go, yes, that's a great recipe, great portion size, which will help weight loss. And I pop that into the group. The Diet Doctor does have great recipes, but if you're someone who doesn't really understand portion, you can actually start eating those recipes and you may not lose the weight because you're eating too much and you're putting too many calories in. So for me, nutritional support is having the right ratio of all the food groups. Love this program and love this program because if you do go out of ketosis, now on Friday I had we buried my sister's ashes and we went back to the family home, and I did get a little bit emotional, of course, and I could have eaten something different, but I didn't prepare something different for myself. So I decided I'll just eat what's there. It didn't affect me as it usually would when I eat carbohydrates. But what I did when I left, I took an extra 2 Sisel Thin, and I found that my body stayed in ketosis. So on the next live and the next week, I'm going to show you how you can actually measure your ketones yourself and how you can understand how you are in ketosis and how you're not. So that's my tip. We will be adding the food list with the email. You can go along, have a look, and please, you can reach out to me anytime. Personal message me, send me an email. You can have a one-on-one, and I can help you with your food and work you through anything that you're stuck with. That's my passion. That's what I enjoy doing because of my own journey. Now, I'm not a Twiggy. I'm not a size 10 or 12 yet, but I'm someone who has gone from 149 kilos when my weight kept going up, and understanding now that weight loss is a journey. It's not a quick fix. You need to find your pathway that's going to keep you going so you get the weight down, and one day you'll wake up and say, well, I'm not 149, I'm actually 99, and now I'm really excited to share with you in the following week how my progress is going. And we will be bringing in some people that are really doing really great also and sharing their story. So have a great month, and like I said, if you want to get going, want to get started, you can start off with working with your detox, do your balance D, do your age pill. We've got a great product called Sisel Sports. If you're someone in the gym, that's also been released, but we'll do more about that next week. But I have added 2 clips that you'll be able to have a look at. And your Siseline. Don't be frightened to work up to 6 a day, because that's what I'm doing. Or you may be someone who doesn't have a lot of weight to lose. 2 a day is fine. 1 before lunch, 1 before dinner. You will work out what's right for you. So have a great day, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye.